Previously on Live to Give, back to reality. Having been blindsided at the last tribal council, Corinne and Ryan W. were left in a tricky situation. At the trivia challenge, their individual scores caused Karen and Ryan W. to swap places, shaking up the numbers on both sides. Ryan W. was saved from the bottom as he was reunited with his closest allies, Marquise and Noah. Karen found herself back with her old Edina tribe mates, Ryan C., Steve, and Chapman, giving them the majority over old Winona's Tom, Chad, and Kayla. Though her tribe won the challenge, Corinne was fearful of the future, as the lone Chaska member should consider the possibility of playing her idol.
I just feel like I'm the easy vote at this point.
At Edina, the old Chaska majority came back into power. Kelly, Marquise, Noah, and Ryan W. considered all their options. Weaken the old Edinas and vote out Brett or Sarah, or keep the peace and vote out Renzo, or blindside one of their own, Kim. Sarah and Brett were scrambling. Brett tried to stay off the chopping block with the help of Kim.
Really just trusting that with the information I gave out today about Sarah, that she'll be the one going home and not me.
Kelly struggled as she had to lie for the first time in the game, while Marquise and Noah relished the chance to strategize. Despite dissension among the old Chaska after Kim confronted Kelly for throwing out her name, it wasn't enough of a wedge to split them apart. Ultimately, the challenge beast Sarah was voted out, leaving Brett all alone. 15 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Come on in. Edina, come on in. Winona getting your first look at the new Edina tribe. Sarah voted out at the last tribal council. Kayla, I saw actually Corinne, Chad, everyone's reactions were like, oh my gosh, what did you guys think was gonna happen at the last vote? Just reaction?
We tossed a couple of names around and had some thoughts, and Sarah's was on that list, but it wasn't high on that list, so it's just, we've been dying to know how it was gonna pan out.
So Ryan, you guys just went back and speculated a lot and spent a lot of time like, who's going? And when you see this, does it affect your game?
I mean, right now, this is my game, so what's happening over there right now that's their game.
All right. We got smiles ear to ear over here on Edina. All right, are you guys ready to get to your next community challenge?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the Live to Give auction. Each of you has brought your $20 and will be provided with an undisclosed amount of items for this auction. You will be competing in this challenge individually rather than in your tribes. The player that bids the highest for the item will be rewarded with that prize for the round. I will announce the end of the auction after the last item has been received. Awesome, well let's just get into it. The first item will remain covered. Opening bid. The top 3 bettors actually will get this item.
$2.
$1 to Renzo, $2 to Kayla.
$3.
$3 to Kim.
$4.
$4 to Corinne. Any other bets? 3, 2,
3.
So 3 Steve, 4 Corinne, and 3 Kim. That's our new top 3.
4.
4 to Renzo, 4 Corinne, tie for 3 with Steve and Kim. 3, 2, 1. Sold to Renzo and Corinne, and Kim and Steve will draw rocks for the 3rd place. You guys want to come bring your money up and put it in this? Oh, the fish bowl. Kim and Steve, you want the black rock. So close your eyes, grab a rock, and I will say reveal. All right, when I say reveal, we'll reveal like that. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Kim reveals the black rock. Kim, you are the third person in this challenge. That's 1. Steve, head back to your platform. Okay, so I will now uncover the item. We are going back to 3 tribes. So how this will work, you guys will be the captains and you will pick the first tribe member you want. After that, first person picks the second person picks the third, we popcorn. Corinne, you get to pick the first color since you had the highest bid first.
I'm gonna take pink.
Pink, okay. Renzo, you had the second highest bid, you pick the next color. There's, by the way, no talking. And Kim, you get the third. Corinne, who do you want first on your new tribe?
I'm gonna take Chad.
All right, Renzo, you get to pick next.
I'm gonna pick Ryan, W.
All right, Kim, you now pick the first member of your tribe.
I am gonna go ahead and pick Noah.
Noah joins the new Edina. All right, Chad, you pick next.
Chapman.
Chapman joins Winona. Ryan W, you get to pick next.
Marquise.
Noah, you pick next.
Brett.
Chapman, you pick next.
Pick Ryan, Steve.
I'm going to choose Kelly.
I'll pick Steve.
I'll take Karen.
Kayla.
Kayla joins new Chaska, which means Tom. You will be joining the new Edina tribe. All right, well, that was the first item. The next item will be uncovered. S'mores tray. And you get to share it with your tribe.
5.
$5 to Kayla.
$6.
$6 to Brett.
7.
$7 to Kelly.
8.
$8 to Kim.
9.
$9 to Kelly. Going once. Going twice. Sold to Kelly for $9. There you go for you and your tribe. Thank you. All right. The next item is a Culver's meal and a concrete mixer. What flavor is a concrete mixer? Oreo.
$10.
How much? $10 to
12.
Karen. $12 to Marquise.
13.
13 to Karen.
14.
14 to Marquise.
16.
15 to Karen. 16 to Marquise.
17.
17 to Karen.
18.
18 to Marquise. Going once, going twice. Sold to Marquise for $18. Keep the tradition of charity alive. This item is $75 for your charity on behalf of the Live Fans vs. Favorites vs. Famous cast.
$5.
Well, $5 to Brett. Going once, going twice. Sold to Brett for $5. All right, the next item will remain covered.
5.
5 to Karen.
6.
6 to Kayla. Going once, going twice. Sold to Kayla. The covered item. You have a bag lunch on behalf of Nicole Johnson. The next item will be uncovered, and it is an advantage in the game, and you can either share it with people or not.
20.
Going once, going twice.
20.
20 to Ryan W. Anyone else want to bid 20 to go to Rocks? Going once, going twice. Sold to Ryan W. and chat, $20. Same with Kim and Renzo, you both will pick a rock. All right, Ryan W. and chat, if you want to put your hands out like this. When I say reveal, black rock wins this advantage. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Ryan W., this is your advantage. This is clarification, this is shareable, or you can keep this yourself, the information on it.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. All right. Next item will remain covered.
3.
3 to Tom.
4.
4 to Renzo.
5.
5 to Kelly.
6.
6 to Kayla.
7.
7 to Renzo. Going once, going twice. Sold to Renzo for $7. This complete. Oh, that's why you can't carry it. I'll carry it with you. All right, the next item is a bar food tray. Sold to Kim for $10. Next item, it is a sweets tray with assorted candy, Oreos, brownies, gummy worms, a Coke, and a cupcake. Sold to Kelly for $5. The next item will remain covered. Sold to Corinne for $16. I mean, it's better than nothing. This item is uncovered. It is hygiene. It has toothpaste, mouthwash, a shampoo, deodorant, conditioner, lotion. Sold to Brett for $9. The next item will be covered. Sold to Karen for $11. A bowl of fruit.
Ooh, yes, please.
This next item will remain covered, and when you win it, you will read it out loud to everyone.
$11.
$11 to Ryan C. Going once, twice.
$12.
$12 to Noah.
13.
13 to Ryan C. Going once, twice. Sold to Ryan C.
Pick your poison. It's not good, kids. Looks like your luck has run out. 3 bottles of poison sit in front of you. Read their ingredients below to determine which poison you will take. At the next tribal council you attend, you must vote for yourself. At the next 2 challenges you compete in, you will be given a disadvantage that makes it more difficult to win. Poison 3, at the next 3 tribal councils you attend, you must sign your name at the bottom of each of your votes. No secrets. Take 3.
What, can you read out loud which one you picked?
Oh, poison 3, I must sign my name.
Just the keepsake for you forever.
Oh, a memento.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Ryan C. All right. The next item is uncovered. It's a movie ticket.
$4.
$4 to Noah. Going once, twice. Sold to Noah for $4. All right, Noah, here's your movie ticket. Okay. I will now give you 2 more movie tickets, and you can choose anyone from each tribe, 1 each. Ryan W.
Yeah,
Ryan W. Here's your movie ticket reward, and Noah, pick 1 more person from the Winona tribe.
Go for the Ryan.
Ryans are going on a movie date.
It's up to Ryan. Have some fun there.
All right, so the 3 of you are gonna go to a movie.
All right.
Movie reward. Off you go. Yep. Grab your stuff and go to a movie.
All right.
They love some movie food. I hope there's food involved. I'm really hoping for that one.
Yeah.
Next item will remain uncovered. While those 3 head to the movie reward, this will conclude our auction. The uncovered item to close the night will be that all 3 tribes will be going to tribal council with nobody immune. So 1 from each of your tribes will be voted out. Your handlers will get you brought back to camps, your new camps.
The auction we just went to was the first time in this game that I truly feel down. I don't feel confident. Ryan C got shipped off to the movie theater, so there goes one of the people I picked on my tribe because he has the idol. I need him. And now I gotta go to tribal council and vote out one of the 3 people in this game that I really wanted to work with.
Theater is popping on Friday night. Make sure my car's still over there. And had a pleasant surprise with a movie date with Noah here. I didn't expect to be, catching a little Jurassic World with Ryan and Noah on a Friday night, but hey, why not?
Ryan, I want to get Ryan here because we clicked to start, so definitely something we could build off for sure.
Yep.
I'd say the game's going really good. You get a break from just the woods in general. It feels so good. Sit in a chair that actually isn't a ground and just dirt is amazing.
I'm expecting to probably chill for a little bit and then have some sort of night challenge. That's my guess.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting. Best alliances at the moment right now, I would say, for me are Marquise and Noah.
When we come back to camp, I'm definitely expecting some sort of night challenge. I have no idea what to expect. It'd be nice to be able to chill for a little bit and reconnect with the new tribe that we just got pulled away from to see a movie.
I was kind of worried about that.
Missed out on some of that time. So hopefully,
I'm expecting a ton of questions. Just being there. Hey, how is this? How is this? All that kind of stuff.
So, but I guess I don't know. We'll get back and see what shakes out.
Okay, with this twist, this round, we actually switched up the tribes, became a schoolyard pick, and I'm pretty happy with what my picks were.
Okay.
And it has to be one of the 4 of us that gets voted.
Well, I guess we're gonna do speed dates again.
Yeah, that works.
With the way this twist worked out, Noah, as well as 2 other people, 1 from each tribe, are off to the movies. The 3 that are off to the movies cannot be voted out. I'm okay with that.
I should stay, but I'm good with whatever, man. Put it that way. As for, what's her name, Karen? Karen, I think you guys use your best judgment for your game. I'm going to tell you that. So, you know, hard strategizing with only 4 people. I have one person that I was on my original tribe with. Everyone, of course, they said they felt bad for voting me out, but then they voted me back in also. So I take it with a grain of salt.
Sarah told me that you were throwing out my name, and so I was just like,
oh,
I guess.
Weird. I was actually going for. Well, you said I went for Sarah.
Well, yeah,
that's
what she told me, so I'm just going to be
Nope.
honest with you and level there. But
It's all golden.
I mean, the plan is right now, there are only 4 of us. Noah went to the movie, so he's not here. It's me and Kim and Steve and Tom. I'm at this point where I could probably dictate if any of them get voted out. Like, I think legitimately any of them. I mean, I'd love to like figure something out and reconnect. I mean, like you want to stay, I'm sure.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I know you're being very kind, but like.
Well, no. But no, I'm actually thinking Kim. I think if I'm going to vote with someone, it's going to be Brett. He has my back.
I don't know. All the tea I learned from this past week here is just like, I mean, it was the 5 yellow basically. Push it, and I had to kind of fend for myself too. But we could send Kim home, and that's a yellow. And Kim is the reason that I'm still here. She had my back last round and made sure that I wasn't voted out and pushed for a different name to be put down. This honestly could be my $5,000 mistake. I don't like that we're here.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts? I mean,
I'm still on board with the thoughts before to start picking off yellow people if you guys are.
That's what I was just talking about. I said they're rough, they're tough.
I guess it's fine how it ended up, but being on a tribe of 4 with 2 people I haven't met in the game is a little bit nerve-wracking. Don't feel really confident about my game right now. I feel like I've been floating a lot, which was intentional. The issue there is that you can become kind of a non-entity at some point. And now there's a whole bunch of them on one group again.
Yeah, they just voted each other back out.
And on that old pink tribe, I don't know, it could be, maybe they'll go for Corinne, but I don't know that they actually will. So I wanted to get with him and talk to him about what's been going on. There's been this kind of overarching narrative of between the original green and original pink tribe of teaming up against the yellow tribe, so I thought maybe we can just 3-1 slam dunk on Kim.
Hold on, Brett. Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
I'm so sorry. You got it?
Thank you right there.
No problem.
So I may be the oldest in the game, but I'm not done playing. I am getting stronger every step, and I will continue to get stronger until they take me out of the knees, period. That's it. Right now, I would say...
If he has a bunch of like allies and he comes back and he's reunited with them all, but yeah, whereas
Steve really doesn't have the
Steve was saying he didn't feel good on the other team, like he felt like, and I think he might be loyal.
Okay, bottom line is they could flip on me. The 3 guys there could all get together and say, let's get rid of Kim. There's only 4 people. It's going to be one of the 4. So it's always tricks up our sleeves to take care of stuff like that.
So if you and Steve vote together, me and Tom were to vote together, we've got a 2-2 tie going to rocks, and I don't want that.
So do you want to vote with Tom for Steve?
No, I think I would prefer to vote out Tom.
Okay. I don't know. I know we've been on this whole thing to get rid of the yellows, but I feel like Kim and I have this relationship that, you know, maybe she'll screw me over. This could be it, but I do feel like to some extent that I can trust her. On the other hand, we could vote out Steve. Steve, I've already voted out of the game once, and so I think I would feel very bad if I did it again.
Between us, remember, I'm the old lady here. Steve's also the oldest man. I think that we could easily draw him in with us.
Should we? I'll talk to Tom, and then you can talk to Steve.
Huh?
I'll talk to Tom. You talk to Steve.
These people do not know me. They absolutely do not know me, because if they knew me, they would not be underestimating me. Strategically, I got lined up for days. Hey, if there's a little bit of villain coming on, it's okay. It happens. That's how you do it. That's how you make it to the next level.
He was kind of like, oh, whatever best for your game. Like he seemed to be like, being like giving me a decision power between me and Tom.
It makes sense to get rid of Tom. We can screw each other, or we can back each other, one or the other. It's probably going to be a little bit of a blind side to Tom. My thoughts.
are... Is this going to hold it?
It should.
Not at that
I don't
end.
know that I trust that.
I don't trust it at all. My thoughts are, I don't know Tom at all. I have not played with him at all. Talked to him a little bit.
I haven't played with Tom at all either.
And talked to you a lot at the social, actually.
You know, it's going to make a 4-person tribe. So it's going to make it more personable, and I mean, feel a little guilty on that vote.
So personally, what I just pitched to Brett was, why don't the three of us just vote out Tom?
Vote out Tom?
Are you willing to do that? Would that work for your game?
That would work for my game. Yeah.
It would. He doesn't have my back. He's never played with me.
No.
I have a kinship to Steve simply because we are the two oldest in this game. But we are the two oldest by solid, probably 25 years. Either I can build a new relationship where I'm on maybe equal footing, or I can go after him.
Are you okay with Tom?
I am.
Okay, because if you aren't, that's okay.
I'll say I think, I don't know, something about her, just, I don't feel like she has her back.
Kim or maybe Steve would be the right move too, I'm not sure. For all I know, it's going to be me tonight and I'll be going home, but I don't know, I feel like I've got more game to play, and I feel like I want to make sure that I'm doing my best for my charity. So I voted Steve out. I've been on a team with him once, and now this is technically 0 for you, and so it's like, I mean, what do you think? Like, do you feel like if we reconnect, because I'm assuming the merge is after this. I mean, if we get rid of 3 more, it's 12. Like,
yeah, most likely.
Like, I'd have to assume that's coming up.
Yeah.
So, like, do you feel
all 3 of them were basically just like the same in my mind walking into here if the merge hits, and hoping that I've made good enough bonds with people that they want to keep me around.
What are y'all thinking?
Okay, so Steve was basically just kind of saying, like, whatever flew, basically.
I don't give a I don't care. They're standing between me and $5,000 for my charity. I don't care.
All right, Edina, come on in. Welcome to... Always smiling. Steve, I love to see it. I'll now bring in the first member of our jury. Tyann, come on in. Tyann achieved a small incentive for fundraising, which is a spot on the jury no matter your placement in this game. So Tyann is officially here to observe with our Culver's donor. Culver's has donated to us this year. So anyways, welcome to Tribal Council. Brett, tell me about 4. What's it like operating a group of 4? We'll just get right into it.
Well, Brandon, we just spent so much time gathering the tarp and trying to get the tarp together, and so it was really... Oh, sorry, that's a... I'm sleepy. I know, I'm getting
Full
confused.
day ago.
I'm getting confused.
Do you know their names?
4 people is scary. 4 people is scary, Brandon. I feel like you have comfort in numbers in some way that maybe you can get lost in the crowd, or that you can, have enough alliance members to help you out. But when you get down to 4, there's nowhere to hide. And so I think each of us are sitting here fully exposed. There's, all this space here. No one else is sitting here, and I don't know. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's scary.
Tom, a narrative that I've seen that's been produced to me, Tribal and Tribal Again, is this original strength with your own tribe colors. What I see here is also very interesting and complex because there's you in pretty pink, Kim in yellow, Brett and Steve in green, but Steve was voted out of green, so like, explain that to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossed wires here, I think, and the difficult part is that most of us have spent close to 0 time with each other, so we're just trying to figure out like who from this group makes sense to keep working with in the future.
And so Steve, how do you come into this tribal? Is it, let me just get through this tribal and then assess, or is this around where you're trying to look into like rounds and rounds and rounds after?
I think you really have to look 2 steps ahead now. Not look at just this one round. I think now it's, you can see who's gonna stay around a while, and you're gonna have to potentially make a move to get them out. And so, yeah.
And so Kim, how do you assess who goes home? And I guess more or less my question is also what did the conversations look like at a camp with 4 people? Were there just little duos running off?
Oh,
or?
Yeah. We were affectionately referring to it as speed dating, and we'd go 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. It was speed dating. And how to assess it? You know what? We do have to look at a couple steps ahead. We do have to look at moving forward. We have to put some trust in people that we really haven't played with. I've never played with Steve. I've never played with Tom. I've played all of about 6 hours with Brett. So, you know, you've got to put your trust somewhere, though. And in talking to all 3 of them, I mean, I've pretty much conclusively decided where I'll put my trust, yeah.
That quickly? Wow. It's that quick. Is it literally just, Brett, is it a split second do you feel like you know when you can trust, or at least try to put that initial trust into someone? Or do you even come here while walking up and still question it?
Oh, Brandon, I'm so anxious I do not make any decision in a split second, okay? But I don't know. I also feel like I know where tonight's gonna head, which is scary, but I don't know. I keep rolling the dice of trust and putting all of my faith in that, and one of these times it might burn me. Maybe it won't, that's the hope, but we're just gonna roll the die again tonight and hope that it goes out in my favor.
And Steve, what do you think this tribal will look like? There's only 4 of you. Do you think there will be votes everywhere? Do you think it's a unanimous, a potential tie? Like what, based on your conversations, do you foresee potentially happening?
I believe I don't think there's going to be votes everywhere. I think it's pretty much a one direction vote. So, we'll see.
Does everyone think it's in one direction but not at them?
Probably.
Probably.
You see, I've been burned before, so. But, you know, the funny thing is, I played with Brett for about 6 hours realistically, you know, the last time, so.
I mean, I don't have much else to say. I mean, it's a tiny group of 4, so I'm going to open it up to you guys if you want to say anything back to each other or to the open before we get to voting. Now is your last time to do so.
Oh. For me, whatever happens, if it's me, no hard feelings. Appreciate the game. Thank you.
I was pretty much going to say exactly the same thing. I'm sitting here with 3 men who I haven't played with before this afternoon, and they've been very welcoming, and I really appreciate them giving me an opportunity. You know, unfortunately, so often females, and especially older females, they're not even given the opportunity, whether it's in Survivor, Big Brother, a live reality game, a network game. You do not see older females move further in the game. And I really appreciate that all 3 of them have given me that opportunity.
Well, if we have nothing else to add, we will just get to a vote. Brett, you're up.
Alright, so change of plans from who I was going to put down, so that's what it is. Sorry.
Alright, I'll just have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, once votes are read, decision is final. Person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Kim. It's 1 vote, Kim. Steve. That's 1 vote, Kim. 1 vote, Steve. Tom, we're tied. 1 vote Kim, 1 vote Steve, 1 vote Tom, 1 vote left. The 6th person voted off of Live to Give back to reality. Tom. Tom, you need to bring me your torch. Tom. Try this looking. That is what I would call a hot mess express. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
There will only be 3 people on each team.
I was so ready for this challenge, and I'm so glad I was in the game for this challenge. I've watched all the previous seasons, so I know the auction always ends sooner than people expected. So I was not holding out. I'm just bidding. I didn't spend all my money, but I got a huge lunch. Like, I needed that. I've been feeling like I was gonna be sick all day.
We got shade. We got covering on the bottom.
I was one of the last 3 people to join a tribe, and that was like, that's never a good feeling, especially because all the men were called first and then all the women were called second. So I'm like, okay, yeah, the women aren't strong in this game. I'm glad that I got to eat. I definitely feel like I got my second win, and people are going to be very upset that they didn't vote for me to be on their team.
My brain cells are dying because of hunger.
Got s'mores for you.
Bust open a graham cracker. If you want a graham cracker, have a graham cracker.
And I chose Ryan W. Primarily because we had a decent conversation and I thought he was just like a very upfront person, and I'm totally hungry when I chose him. So I'm just like, maybe let's just win immunity challenge. I'm not even thinking about loyalty and relationships back then. He started to choose Marquise, which is fine. And then Marquise chose Kelly, which is fine. And then Kelly chose Kayla. My heart is telling me to stay with Kayla because I love her personality, I love her. She's amazing and I really wanted to align with her.
We could not be more adamant about it.
This is the first time I've been on a tribe with Kayla, but I can tell she's a force to be reckoned with. She's aggressive on the field, and something just tells me that she's playing the game very well. And also in the tug of war challenge, after I had my little unsportsmanlike outburst, I heard her saying my name. So I feel like I might be a target for her, and this might be the perfect opportunity for me to get her out. So my next step is to talk to Kelly and Renzo. I feel like they'll both do what I say. So now it's just convincing them that doing what's best for me is best for them. Leaning towards Kayla.
Still definitely maybe take her in a challenge.
Yeah, no, we've seen what she does in challenges. And also, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like she would try to come for us. And I feel like we need to go for her before she comes for us.
Yeah. Well, the choice between staying yellow or changing to a different alliance, you know, that's a hard one right now. There would be advantages with sticking with yellow for a bit longer. However, I think it also puts a target on our back. And I think it's important to continue to build relationships with other people, other teams. I don't think it's realistic that we're going to go to final tribal or even the merge with a majority of yellow.
I feel like we should stay yellow strong until we see the perfect time to try to break that up. The person I'm most concerned about though is Kayla. So I feel like now is going to be the time to really work my magic and try to see how she's feeling about me and just pick her brain. I feel like I've done quite enough to hopefully clean up that reputation a little bit just by being like a character and being funny, and now that I have food in my system I'm gonna be so much less cranky, so it should be a lot easier to clean up that reputation. But we will definitely see. How are you feeling about Renzo? Like, are you guys like cool, close? Like,
I mean, we spent the first full day together, so
yeah,
like,
you guys were on like.
And you hung out with him, so you know his energy is pure and
yes,
sweet.
He was on my last tribe too earlier today.
Yeah, so you get it. So Renzo's a good guy, but I came here to win. You
Oh
know?
yeah, of course.
And so just thinking like, we know the merge is gonna come tomorrow. That may be before or after a physical challenge.
Yeah.
And so that's it. He has played his heart out with that arm, but maybe that's come to an end.
Yeah. My conversations with Kayla felt very generic. It didn't feel like super genuine to me. Hopefully everything goes according to plan and Kayla goes tonight. I would love to work with you. Like, I am a man of my word, so like if I give you my word, like word is bond.
Yeah,
like I play a loyal game. Like I don't do the BS. Like I'm not gonna like lie for no reason. I'm not scared to tell somebody like this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm doing. I just gotta get to the point where I make up my mind, and once I do that, like I'm standing firm on that word. Like I will die on any hill. Like that's me. I'm just all about the truth.
Marquise and I both did this whole spiel about wanting to play an honest game, and yeah, that's cute. Everybody wants to play an honest game. Everybody also wants to win. So I'm not gonna go out in the name of like one person liking me when I have a jury of what, 11, 10, 12, I don't know, to prove that I played a tough game too. So you're gonna be voting Marquise then?
I told Kelly that I'm 70% Marquise, 30% you right now, and I'm being honest, because Marquise saved me in my last tribal council, so that like he made sure that my name wasn't even put in the
wasn't even written down.
It wasn't even written down.
That is hard, but like we know that the merge is coming up soon, and so
and I'm playing for a charity, and Kelly said, I mean, we're all playing for charities here, so I need to like play more with my brain.
I feel like Renzo's loyalty to me still stands, so I'm hoping we can capture a faction in the yellow. When you're looking at people that you're like, I want to have a fair chance up against, eventually that could come down to the three of us, and like, I think you and I could go toe to toe versus either of us against him. So like,
and I do want to apologize on his behalf. I did not like the way that he reacted. I know he apologized for things, but like, I'm not cool with that.
No, I'm trying to make a move with this vote. So I'm trying to fracture yellow, which would be huge. I talked to Kelly about voting Marquise or Renzo, and so I talked to Kelly and told her I was like 70-30 Marquise Renzo, and she said she was feeling about the same, but she just wanted to talk to the boys. I said that's cool. I talked to Renzo. I told him we better both be voting Marquise. So if they do vote me and blindside me, I would be blown away. I'd honestly be a little bit impressed because I feel like I'm kind of running this vote a little bit.
My one little fear, the things that have been put in my ear, is like the concern of like the romance within the yellow team, and my fear is that it will come down to the three boys, and then girls will be like,
honestly, before the first swap today, Kelly was gonna be my vote. That's who I wanted to get out, but I've all day ended up having to work with her. So we've been working together, but I still don't trust her. Like, she was ready to she was ready to vote out Kim last round, and I'm just like, wow. Earlier today, I said she would be the first to turn, and I was right. So that just goes to show she can't be trusted.
I want to work with you, and I just want to make sure that we are in the best position to make bigger moves.
I know.
Come merge.
Yeah.
So if you think that Marquise, I want to check in with Kayla after this discussion, and then let's.
Yep, and I want to check in with him. Yep, and see where things are at. So I think that if we are all just like gathering new information outside of like giving all the information, we can all kind of make our own assessment.
I'm so shocked by how comfortable Kelly is to me, and I like the way she thinks. And I think I want to vibe and work with her more in the future. A while ago, I was like 100%
I know.
And then 0% Marquise and 0% you. Right now, I'm leaning more towards 70% Marquise, 30% Kayla. Just because of what you said. If no Marquise and Ryan are all going to be strong, and they're all physical threats as well, and they're all side by side.
They have said multiple times that they, like in their confessionals and stuff, are talking about their romance and all of this stuff. So like, it's a thing for sure. I feel sick, and I don't know if it's because of the nerves or all the sugar. It gives me a lot of anxiety. This is not a comfortable thing for me, but I'm again, very passionate about my charity, and 5,000, man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. So yeah, I just have to trust my gut, even though it feels a little sick sometimes. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's make some moves.
Yeah.
Kelly and I are a swing vote. So my thinking process here is, who can I trust more? Kayla is a social threat. She can literally win this without a sweat, with just her social skills. So that's a big con of bringing her to the end. Kelly told me that Marquise, Noah, and Ryan W are very tight. Those are all physical strength, some social threats, and it's gonna. And if they're the three of them are tight, they're gonna have a lot of power in the merge. This is like the biggest decision I would have to make so far in the game.
Chaska, come on in. Welcome back to Tribal Council. All right. Well, new Chaska, welcome to Tribal Council. I'll now bring in the members of our jury. Member Tyann. Tyann achieved the small incentive for fundraising and has become the official first member of our jury for this season. So she will now be listening attentively through all the tribals. So, starting, I guess again, Kelly, tell me about this last round. I want one word that you can use to describe it.
Sugar.
What?
Sugar.
Okay.
I've eaten so much sugar in the last hour that my brain is like, you went from no food to s'mores and chocolate cupcakes and gummy worms and brownie. And so right now I don't know if the sickness that I'm feeling is nerves from being right back here at Tribal Council, or from my body saying, what did you just do? So sugar is my word.
Okay, nice. Renzo, you kind of started the picking of this Tribe with the Challenge. Kind of tell me your initial reason on why you picked who you picked.
I was blindsided. I wanted food. So I was so hungry when trying to make a decision, and all I can think about is food, or why do I have food right now? But basically I thought that there's going to be an immunity challenge afterwards. I basically chose the strongest person available, this Ryan W.
And so Marquise, does that, 5-4 is a huge leap. Obviously you did lose Ryan W after that challenge. So how do you strategize in a group of four?
So it's definitely very difficult, and I knew that as soon as Ryan left, because clearly it's two Chaska, two former Winona. So for me, it was very much kind of getting people's experiences. What has yesterday and today been like for you? Clearly no one's gonna be like, this is where my allegiance stands, this is my strategy, this, that, and the third. But like, I feel like just kind of like gauging where people are in the game right now, just how they feel, can kind of tell you a lot about kind of which way they're willing to lean or not. So that was kind of the approach that I took to strategizing today.
And Kayla, did any of the rankings at all yesterday, do you think, have any effect on moving forward in this game? For example, Renzo was on the bottom. Does that have any effect moving forward if Marquise sees that, or you see that, Marquise was on the lower part of his tribe? Did you guys take that into consideration at all? I see a lot of different dynamics, so I just want to acknowledge them at Tribal.
Yeah, the ranking activity was very interesting because we could pretty much assume that you were going to make it public, but we didn't really know you were going to make it public. And so that said, I felt like people were pretty honest, and it was super interesting to see, like, for example, Tyann was ranked #1, and like now she's part of our jury, and so things flipped fast. So I do think that did add an element of
So there's so many different dynamics. We also have the original, like Marquis said, the 2 yellows, the 2 pinks. Another thing that's happened, obviously, we started with less females. A lot of the first boots have been females. Kelly, is that something that you and Kayla have even potentially talked about, or is that not something that's crossed minds at all?
We definitely mentioned it. I think that has been something that's been brought up through other people I've kind of interacted with as well too, is do we look at that male, female identifying separation and what does that look like? Where do we stand right now? I talked to some other people too who are like, let's kind of count it out. How many do we have on each side and what does that mean? So I think it goes into consideration. I don't know if it's the top of my list of strategy options, but it's still there.
And Marquise, for strategy for this round, what do you base your vote on? Is it just get through this round? Is it looking steps ahead since there's such small numbers? What do you do? Like, what is a good game plan for this round?
So there are a lot of variables to this round. I would say the main goal is to get through this round because at that point we're joined by Ryan, who is another yellow with us. We've got quite a bit of yellow out there in these camps around here somewhere. So like, that's also incentive to kind of stay the course, if you will. I don't want to say we're taking an easy route because there is no easy route in this game. Like there's not a vote
easy route as in yellow staying together against pink.
Yes, but these are two individuals here who I've gotten to know, who I care for, who I think have been playing amazing games. So having to choose anyone to vote out, in my opinion, is not taking an easy route. This is not fun. This is only my second time doing it, and I've got a ball in the pit of my stomach because it's not a nice thing to do, to vote somebody out. But it's the name of the game, and yeah, it's just something that we all have to do.
And Renzo and Kayla, I saw both of your reactions when he started saying yellows are running out pretty much all over this property. Is it something that's super simple if him and Kelly are so tight, oh, let's just go along with them and one of us is going? Or is there potential for even a tie and that could potentially be a big move at this tribal, Renzo?
Yeah, just going on to the idea of variables. There are a lot of variables. Some of them are known, some of them are unknown, some of them are probabilistic in nature. So, and all of those variables take into consideration the relationships that are being created throughout the entire duration of the game. So at the end of the day, there is your perception and there is the reality that would go on to the things that we don't know. So probably even the equation that I'm creating on my head is 100% not what the reality is, but I just have to basically trust what I think the votes are going and who I think what decisions would make myself further in the game.
Can I just clarify one thing too? There could be a million people running around this camp with yellow bandanas on. There's two here, there's two pink here. Neither of us have an advantage over one another. It comes down to game and strategy as to who's gonna succeed and get through this tribal council.
Yeah, no, and that's why you said the yellows are running around, so that's why I asked about it. I mean, it's important if things are talked about to talk about. I think it's important to put it on the table. I think, Kayla, I guess what's the risk of Marquise doing something like that? Obviously saying Ryan W is coming back to us. What's the risk in just relying on that type of strategy and statement?
But see, that's just like one section of our experience here in Live to Give. We're coming in with these variables of identities. We're coming in with these variables of possibly pre-existing connections and the connections that we had the opportunity to create inside the game.
Kayla, I still want you to answer. I asked you the question, so I'm curious your response to that because I think it is important to talk about and bring up.
I think that in our conversations we did talk about the original alliances from day one, but then like this isn't a game that starts and ends on day one, and so if that's all you're thinking is, you know, and not to say that this is what Marquise is thinking, it's no, but like if someone comes into this game and they're like, I'm sticking with my color no matter what, that's lame gameplay. Like nobody comes to watch that kind of game, right? And so I think that all four of the folks here, they want to see themselves in the final. They want to see themselves at the merge. They might even want to do the nasty food challenge. And so that said, like, we all have a lot to play for.
And so Kelly, this vote's obviously huge. I feel like everyone's like here like just powering through and hustling to get through. Like what do you need to happen at this tribal in order for you to advance to the next round? Is it literally just, or is everyone just trying to get through it?
I think that there's a misconception about like, oh, like again, yellows. But like Kayla said, like part of this game is when those people make those big moves.
and those moves are remembered through the game of when did you upset the norm, so to speak. So I don't feel as safe as I would in any other time, because he could turn around and say, okay, well, I still got numbers on yellow even if I kick Kelly out. So at the end of the day, like, we could all be talking and I'll still go back to the first travel cancel until names are written out of that box. I don't feel safe.
So it could just be a big
Yeah.
move in general, and everyone.
Who knows?
Who knows? All right. Well, this is a lively tribal.
It's been fun, and it just feels like the game is kicked into the next level.
Yeah, it's getting real.
It's getting very real.
This is so hard.
And sorry, one thing we didn't mention is that, like, out of the four of us, each of us got to put something in our stomach during that last one. So I hope the other teams are ready. My blood sugar is at normal. I know. The last time I was telling them I'm back at 90-95% brain capacity. I was down to 14%. Like, my battery was depleted.
So y'all are refueled and ready to go. Let's see which three of you are able to continue. Kelly, you're up.
Ciao for now.
I think it's either you or me.
Another tribal council, another very difficult decision. You played a good game. You were a fierce competitor.
I'll go tally the votes. All right, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll tally the votes. I'll read the votes. First vote. Kayla. That's one vote, Kayla. Marquise. That's one vote, Kayla. One vote, Marquise. Kayla. 2 votes, Kayla. 1 vote, Marquise. 1 vote left. The 7th person voted off of Let's Give Back to Reality. Kayla, can you bring me your torch? Kayla, I've spoken. Time for you to go. Well, ironically, old Chaska prevails in the new Chaska tribe. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
I went through like 18,000 different emotions when I realized that I had just purchased something at a Live to Give auction. So at first I was like, this is gonna be something stupid. It's gonna be like a package of fruit snacks or like a Band-Aid or like something, I don't know, something dumb that I'm gonna have wasted my money on. Typical.
Who's in that tribe again?
The one that's like confusing.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly and Marquise. And Kayla and Rinzo.
And Ryan.
The auction we just went to was hands down probably the worst experience I've ever had. Spent all my money, put a target on my back because I bid for a secret advantage, so now they know I'm a gamer. And also Ryan C got shipped off to the movie theater, so there goes one of the people I picked on my tribe because he has the idol. I need him with his idol. Now that he's gone, what I have noticed is that I'm here with the top 3 fundraisers of the season.
Yeah, I
I'm just going back. I'm down for
I got picked first with Corinne. I know Corinne doesn't really have anybody else that she's close with. I guess I'll hear what they say. This is my first tribal council that I'm not safe at. He was saying that him and Karen are working together. Yeah. And I was like, wow.
So Chad and I had bonded originally at the social before we started, and we just like hit it off, and I felt like we had just like a connection. After this, we'll have 12 or 13. 12. No. We'll have 9.
4, 8, 12. Oh my god, our brains aren't working. 4, no 5. No 4,
This episode's gonna be titled like Math Lesson with the 2 people in education. I bonded really well with Chad, and Karen and I get along. So it's not that I wanted to vote out Ryan, but he probably would have been my first pick. So now that he's gone, it's going to be an interesting decision. It's just such a hard decision.
I think we can get whoever.
I know. It's so hard because like, I really don't want to vote Chapman, but I know it's probably the best strategic.
I guess I'm looking him out. He's like the biggest threat. I feel like I have to keep her because that can be kind of a deal that we have that we're going to stick together, and then we can pull one of the other 2 in.
But it's easier for me to vote Karen because I don't know her well.
I know.
The other thing is, how are we going to do this? We need to pull one of them into or the other, or they're going to do that to the 2 of us, and I'm not going to write your name down.
I promise you, I'm with you in this vote.
Me too, 100%. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I have an idol.
As far as immunity idols, the only one I know about is Corinne. That was my hope. That's what I was waiting for. This is not good at all.
No, I know.
So here's
we
why.
have to keep as many green and pink as we can.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Corinne has an extra vote because she was a top fundraiser like you, and she hasn't used hers yet. Chad already burned his.
Her extra vote should be gone. Because
Why?
it was only good for the first 3 tribal councils of the game.
So no one has it now?
Nobody has it now.
I'm so stupid. I have to figure out from here what's going to be beneficial for my game. I know I want to stick with Karen. I just got to figure out, to vote for Chad or to vote for Corinne. Chad. Where do you think Chad would stick with us? What about Corinne?
I kind of feel like they both could.
We definitely need to get Yellow out, considering Noah and Ryan W. just went to the movies, and Ryan W. has a advantage now.
I think that will probably vote out Corinne. That's just trying to keep the numbers on our side with Yellow and trying to unite originally Dinah and Winona. So we talked about that at a challenge, at that live tribal council. And then hopefully all green make it. And then if like pink were to vote out a Yellow and green would vote out a Yellow,
we're set.
then like we're looking good. And then green still has most of the numbers compared to like pink. So I'm stressed, man. So stressed. This game is nuts, and I've never had so much anxiety before. And like this is my first tribal where I can get voted, and it's Corinne's first tribal. She can get voted, and Chad's first. So I think just like paranoia is like off the walls today. Yeah. So I can't say his name again. I don't know. I'm so exhausted. I'm like it's just hitting me now. Chapman. God, like, I know him. I know his name. I just like keep wanting to say champion. Yeah, and I don't know. So Chapman and I were talking, and we're thinking we want to keep pink and green tight. Like we have to keep them tight. Like they just voted out one Sarah, and it's like they're clearly yellow strong, and I just don't know. I just met Corinne, so it's like I don't know like if I can trust her. You know.
We are going to split the votes 2 and 2. And then that either Corinne will have to play the idol, or if she doesn't play the idol, we'll have to re-vote, and we're gonna vote, I don't know, Corinne out. I don't remember who we decided.
Pink and green working against yellow. Like he's so anti-yellow. So
don't
to Corinne. Right? Okay. I think everybody's name has been thrown out at some point because it's 4 people have one-on-ones. You got it. We all know about Corinne's idol, but I talked to Chad. He was telling me, oh, well, Corinne has an idol, and like, so it has to be Chapman.
Yeah.
Oh, this does change things.
Yeah.
Oh. not trust Chad as much if he's telling everybody about the idol. Honestly, this could go anyway. I'm not gonna feel comfortable until the last name is read and a torch is snuffed that's not mine. Chad, I don't know, what didn't seem as like locked in when we were talking. Well, I just wanted to like find someone that I trust 100%. And we that's like, funny, Chad threw out Chapman's name to me. Did he? Yeah. Really? Yeah. And you told me you had an idol. And you probably told me that. Mm-hmm. Okay. He unintentionally outed me for having an immunity idol, but what he didn't know, or maybe knows, I don't know, is that Karen already told me. He didn't tell me he was gonna do that. I didn't tell him that it was okay for him to do that. And that comment kind of like all cue me into the fact that he's not maybe as honest and well-intentioned as I maybe thought he was. Rude. I don't know if I want to trust him because yeah, I think we should vote Chad. My head is very overwhelmed, so I've heard everyone's name. I've heard my own, I've heard Chapman, I've heard Chad, and I've heard Karen. Our green, we're not a tight five. Wait, who are tight for? The pink. The pink. Yeah. I agree. But our green, we're not a tight green. Yeah. Like Ryan is a threat. Chapman, I know he's a threat. Yeah. I don't want to keep him long term. I don't either. Right now, I would love to like go with her going forward. I know we talked about. She initially thought we were gonna like maybe we should vote Chapman out. Over time, I would like to see all the threats go home, and I do think like a lot of people that were on original Dino are big threats.
But Salt, just tell her.
I'm just yellow is so.
I know. And we don't. I mean, Corinne says she isn't close to the room.
I just don't believe it.
Right now, I feel super safe. I feel like all three of them are coming to me with like wanting to vote and asking me what we should vote. Feeling confident. So if it is false confidence, then that's what it is. Hey, what did she say to you?
Corinne?
Yeah.
Corinne told me that you and her would get.
We're gonna vote Chapman out. Which is it's such a bummer. He loves this game.
If you lose a pink and I lose a green.
I think Karen's more reliable.
Yeah.
Karen's a roll.
She's wifey. The first time in this game that I truly feel down. I don't feel confident about my situation right now. None of them have ever been at risk. This is their first time. I've already experienced that, and now I gotta go to tribal council and vote out one of the 3 people in this game that I like really wanted to work with.
I think it'll just go to a revote, but maybe like
the worst case scenario, they both have one, and then
well, either way we get it, so we might as well try.
Okay, no, yeah.
I don't know. I'm literally wishy-washy. I've like feel like I've named so many people as my number one, and I don't know what I'm doing. Does anyone know what they're doing when they play this game? I don't know. Corinne's my number one, so I do want her to I want us to agree on who we loop in and who we choose to go forward with. It's like he's the kind of person you have to turn on before he turns on you, I think. So, okay.
So, it's up to you if you want to put that out. I would love for you to keep it and take it with us to the merge.
I would love that too.
But if you need to use it...
I think that I know what I'm going to do now. But my God, it's like a roller coaster, Morgan, with what I got. Now my biggest decision isn't who I'm voting for, it's whether or not I'm gonna use my idol.
I really would swap and get my piece out, but
I just know how proud my aunt is just like with what I've done. My aunt was diagnosed with ALS in 2020, so that's why I chose ALS Association. And I just think of like how much $5,000 more made. I just instantly think of her. I knew that trying to like blindside and manipulate would be hard. Like right now, all I should be thinking about is that $5,000 and what's gonna get me there.
Winona, come on in. Welcome to Tribal Council New Winona. I'll now bring in the member of our jury, Tyann, who had the small incentive for fundraising this season and is officially the first member of our jury. She will be here observing for the rest of the season and voting at the end. All right, well, first things first, I want to talk to Corinne. Obviously, this whole kind of round started with this tribe pick. Tell me kind of what went through your head when I initially told you that you will be a tribe captain.
Yeah, that whole thing was a roller coaster. It started off and I thought you were gonna give me like a packet of fruit snacks or something, and I was really upset about it. but then it was a tribe swap, and then I was initially happy, but then I was initially really upset because I was like, there's no way this is gonna work in my favor. And unfortunately, it worked too much in my favor because I got like the coolest, most awesome tribe that I could have not have handpicked better if I did it solely myself, which was great until we realized that we were gonna have to vote one of us out. So I went through the whole 99 yards.
So this is like a completely obviously new, with the swap, we had the little reward with the Ryans and Noah going to a movie date. Chapman, then this now new round where there's everyone, you are with the 3 ironic people that had the top fundraising advantages of the season.
I'm like the lowest fundraiser and I got the top fundraisers here with me, so it's a little, it's intimidating.
And now they're able to be voted for, so how does that change any, you have to vote for one of them. Did you think about that before at all during this round since they were safe, or had that kind of been in the back of your mind before?
I honestly forgot about it, and then coming into this round, I was excited. When I saw the tribe, I was like, okay, I love these people, I want to work with them. We're going to steamroll the challenges, we're going to do just fine. And then you took one of our friends away and sent them to the movie theaters, and then you're like, the other 4 of you are going to tribal council, someone's getting voted out and no one has immunity. And I was like, oh, well shit. I don't really know how to navigate this round, and I'm here with the top 3 fundraisers, so it was super intimidating coming into it, but we talked to everybody, and it goes off the vibes, Brandon.
So Chad, so what I've been noticing, actually, I think every single tribal is, every person says, I love these people, it's so great, and we're just vibing so well. And a lot of the people that then leave the game after don't have that same exact feeling. So how do you go about a round like this when you do like everybody, but you don't want to be on the opposite end of that, being the one getting your torch snuffed? How do you navigate who to vote out?
Yeah, no, it is tough. It's about the vibe, like Chapman said. You have to kind of just go with your gut a little bit when there's 3 amazing people that I can vote for or have to vote for. So I guess I just have to think about going forward who can get me farther in the game and who I feel I can help get farther in the game so we can kind of work together. So that's kind of what I'm basing it on.
And Karen, can you dive in a little bit more into like the vibes? I hear the vibes. What makes, like, what does that mean when they say it goes off of vibes? Is it literally like this person likes
Well, I think just like
whatever?
We're all like very similar personalities. We're very easygoing people. I don't know. I've been really lucky. I feel like every tribe I've been in, I don't see any drama. It's just like we all just get along really well. But like, of course, I don't know. But I think that's what they mean. It's just that we all like each other. Just like think we're all really awesome people, and like I think we're just trying to remember this is why we're here. Like it's for charity, and like we all respect each other for why we're here. And I just think it just all get along. So we all have similar interests and things like that.
So Chapman, obviously in a group of 4, there's so little room to move. For example, even with idols, how do you factor even in an idol in a round with 4 people? Have you thought of ties? Like, how do you know where to direct a vote this round? Are you just throwing it somewhere and hoping that it sticks?
No.
Yeah,
we had so much time
No?
after the auction to be paranoid and scramble and strategize, and idols were brought up, absolutely. There's only 4 of us here, and idol would absolutely save somebody. Basically, how you do your vote at this round is, we went through like 30 rounds of speed dating, okay? You talk to one person, and then you swap, you talk to the next person. We sat down and chatted for a little bit, just about life. We got up again, did more speed dating, and at the end of the day, it's going to come down to probably who you talked to last, the last word that got in, and you kind of just have to go with it at this point.
I hope I saw everyone's face. Like, was I the last one Chapman talked to?
I don't even know who I talked to last, friend. I have no idea.
There's a lot of one-on-one talking.
There's so much,
It was just all one-on-one.
So was it like, Corinne, was it 2 people off this way, 2 people off this way,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, we both swipe right now. We're gonna go crisscross, and I'm gonna go talk with this person.
Yep, exactly.
That's literally what it was.
It was literally exactly like Chapman said. It was speed dating. It was me and Chad would talk, and they would talk, and then after 5 minutes or however long, we vibe checked it, and then like I would talk to Karen and vice. I mean, I'm not gonna explain the whole scenario, but it really was just like that.
Speed dating.
Speed dating. And Chad, do you think there's possibility when you hear these speed dating, because speed dating is a 2 people thing, is there possible for ties at this tribal, or do you feel like there's like kind of a unanimous like thought on where the vote's gonna go?
I think there's a possibility for anything, you know, as confident as I think I am, as long as we all get along and we're all know that we're here for a charity, but I can tell that we're all here to play. We're all here to win. We all are thinking about our game. So yeah, anything's in the air. We think we all know what we're doing, but I guess we'll see when the votes are cast.
And Karen, does that charity aspect of this game, I think what I've noticed is it like pushes you a little harder to fight for your charity. Do you feel like that's why everyone here is like pushing so hard?
Definitely, yeah, because I mean, each charity means so much to us in our own way, and that's why we signed up for this. So it's pushing us to do as best as we can in the challenges. It's pushing us to like get ourselves further in the game. So I think that's like my biggest motivational factor, and I think it is for everyone here.
Well, I don't have anything else to say. Karen, you're up.
I have no clue what's about to go down.
I'll go tally the votes.
Okay, that was too close.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I just would have too much anxiety if I didn't. I have no idea what's going to actually happen, but I would feel better.
You don't want it to be you.
I want it to be me.
All right. Is this fake? All right, this is the Cargill hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Corinne at this tribal will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Chapman. That's one vote Chapman. Chad. That's one vote Chapman, one vote Chad. Chad. That's two votes Chad, one vote Chapman, one vote left. The 8th person voted off of Live to Give Back to Reality, and the second member of our jury, Chad.
Sorry. So sorry.
Can you bring me your torch?
Love you.
Good.
Chad, try this spoken. Well, I've never seen speed dating like that before. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
I'm bummed. Yeah, that sucks to be done because this has been so awesome, but they had me, so it is what it is.
I am definitely devastated. I was worried of this, of playing a game that was too good that people would fear me, and that's clearly exactly what I did. The 3 people on that team, this will probably be the only move they make. They're not big game players, versus this was going to be my first of many moves. So it definitely hurts. I thought that I had Renzo's allegiance and I didn't. So yeah, and Kelly was willing to vote off another female, so like I hope she enjoys getting her butt busted by the guys.
I feel fine. I mean, I wasn't super surprised I was kind of on a tribe with people I didn't know at all, so it was like, yeah, take a leap of faith at some point and see.